Hello. Okay, good. You can hear me now. Sorry about that. I had to fix the mic. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's stream. We're playing some old music today. I'm sorry that I'm late. I forgot that today is Dog Day. Dog Day. So I had this thought a while back, and I was like, you know what? Kind of sad for our dogs. Our dogs really only have us as their friends, and our dogs really only have us to experience the world. A dog can never naturally see a bird. They can't even look up. A dog will never naturally see a chimpanzee. Where I live, there are none on the streets. They don't. It's the only native fauna that I have around me are raccoons and skunks, and even then, they hide away from the dog. So what's my dog ever gonna see? That's what dog days are for. Dog days are so that the dog can go see various things in life, and to get a full life, a full life full of love and laughter and fish. My dog, for the first time in her life, saw a betta fish maybe a month ago, and she was so enamored by the fish. She just looked at it. She actually got kind of like upset when they walked away from the fish tank, and I was like, okay, fine. So I'm just imagine me standing there, just holding her, staring at those fish, and I was like, we need dog days. So dog days is when we teach our dog such things but life. So far, she smelled everything. She smelled coffee. I even let her smell chocolate, but I didn't let her eat it. But I let her know that, like, I was like, okay, smell this. This will kill you. Don't eat it. Same with onions and like grapes and stuff. I let her smell garlic too, and I was like, this will probably kill you too. Don't eat it. I let her smell everything. I let her see things. It's not enough. She can't go on the internet and just see people's crazy stories or crazy things that they're. Chat. She's never seen pasta like this. She's never seen pasta. I have in my hands my own girl dinner of Hot Pockets. This is I figured last time you may have seen this subreddit in my tab list. Today is a very long day full of old stuff, and I'll explain what. But you probably saw this in my tab list. R/girl dinner diaries. This has slowly become like a daily thing that I love to read because people's stories are insane. Basically, you post a picture of your girl dinner, and then you talk about your story about what happened in your life. For instance, this one. On my birthday, my husband got so blackout drunk at a theme park, I had to contact EMS. And it's a juxtaposition of the story and the food and the text that is genuinely funny. However, some of these people don't seem to explain their foods, and I don't know why. What is this? What is this? Why is it? Wait! Oh my god. That's like a Disney Cruise Super Mario, I guess almost like a pretzel. And then you can go through here, and these stories are insane. Like, look, my wife thought I cheated on her. And family life has been a complete mess. My wife and I have been having a rough couple of weeks. We said a stressful move. That's not even over because there's still things in storage. And a cat that needs surgery. And the vet thinks that they have stomatitis. I've never heard that in my life. And my wife dislocated her already badly damaged knee. They don't make a lot of money. I go to my wife crying, and that the whole body hurts. This is, and it's juxtaposed by the food that's like, look at this. She's eating chips with ranch. There's nothing wrong with this, but this is a window into the lives of people who have nothing left. Their lives are going downhill, and some of these stories get even crazier, guys. Some of them are also very heartwarming and like very very They actually there was one where I think she was getting dicked down, and then she was like, "I'm so happy that I'm getting dicked down." Finally, for once, fuck, it broke up. Broke up with my best friend over her using AI to text me. What is this? What is it? In an almost 2-year friendship, this is one of my best friends. Okay, hot take. If you're best friends after 2 years, I feel like you don't know what you're doing unless you two have gone through ride or die situations like this, because this is just one situation of many that would come up in a friendship that could be considered like a best friend. And I feel like if you don't have ride or die moments with the people that you call best friends, then you don't have best friends. You have people that you hope are your best friends because you miss the feeling of having somebody in your life who cares about you. Who cares about Decided to respond to my heartfelt multi-paragraph message where I poured my heart out to her and explained how her recent actions and words have impacted me. And the bitch used AI to send me the perfect apology sandwich. I was seriously so floored. It was the most obviously AI message ever. But what's she eating? Wait, sorry. Featuring arroz con habichuela y polo frito. Y polo frito. Wait, isn't frito like the chips? Or is Frito Lay's just like a term for potatoes or something? Mm. I do know what El Pollo means because of Breaking Bad with Gus's chicken restaurant, which I guess is spoilers, but also like if you haven't seen the show, then what's wrong with you? Boyfriend and I have finally hit the kinky point in our relationship, and I'm obsessed. Okay, okay. See, this is what I mean by the juxtaposition between sad stories and then happy stories and then like sexual stories. Like, is this is the inner mind? This is the inner mind of people that you'll never meet, and they're pouring their heart out on the internet. And I love the concept because it feels like old Tumblr. It feels like old Tumblr when you'd go on some random person's Tumblr and they'd be talking about that day they got dicked down so hard that they couldn't walk, and then somebody else's very next post would be like, oh, I did you know about this type of bird and like how they can change color on the fly? It's like, whoa, you are here and he isn't. Just why I just have, I love how you say that and you don't even say his name. You just say that and we know exactly what you mean and we know exactly what you mean in relation to what I was talking about yesterday. We know. This is what I live for in streaming. Let me eat some of my girl dinner of pizza pockets. Okay, I've got pizza pockets. It was a cheap food. It's easy, quick. After you walk a dog, I was tired. So no. It wasn't really a walk. It was like a trip. Like it was a fun trip, but it was hard. It was a lot. Um, this is why I love streaming because just these storylines can persist over days. And we are living in the moment with these storylines. And then you realize something. I want you to have this realization. Well, wake up, motherfuckers. I want you to have this goddamn realization. These are not storylines. This is not a book. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not something that you take pen to paper to write down. This is life. All of our lives have storylines worth living and worth hearing, but we simply believe that our lives are worth nothing, and so we never do. We never, ever tell the world our story because we believe that our story is meaningless, and yet our story is the thing that stories are made of. These tools, these frameworks, these ideas, these fantasies, they come from a place of life. Stop eating in my ear. Sorry, the pizza pocket was really good. Boyfriend of I. No! I wanted to see. Listen. When somebody has a kinky story about their sex life and they're happy about their sex life having progressed to the kinky point, while also posting a picture of a banana, I think to myself, all right, this is some good shit. Because the banana and the goldfish is a euphemism, right? It's the goldfish is a snack that keeps on biting back. Is that what's the goldfish slogan? The snack that smiles back, goldfish. And then the banana is the thing that fills you up whole. And I wanted to see how it smiles back at you while the banana fills her up. Banana. Had sex with two men in the same day because I was disappointed with the first. I've actually known people who have done this. I actually know people who have done this, and we're like, you know what? Like once wasn't really enough, so I'm gonna go for like a second hookup, and then a third. I knew somebody who went up to three, and I was like, holy shit! Like you go for it, but also like, damn, like that's a lot of work. But for my context, I can't imagine getting three people to agree to have sex with me one after the other. Like it would just be too much effort. And also like I think I would be drained dry. Like you know that image of Japanese man on bed drained. Sex. No. Is this one? Guy tired after 6. Know your this one. I would be the guy down there. Okay, so from the perspective of a dude, I don't think it would work very well because of the mechanisms, right? So it makes sense that like that if you could, then you would. But even like the logistics of it, okay? So like beyond physically, even the logistics of it seemed impossible. Because I'm like, how are you gonna like convince somebody to come over multiple times a day to go and do this? But somehow they did. Life can be good sometimes. No other words. Just life can be good sometimes. Just don't come and keep edging. Okay, but then that's what happened here. Is that she never came. And then if I don't come, then she gets no release, and then both of us have to call a second person, right? It's easier if we both just come. It's easier. Mm, I love pizza bucket. Yeah, I think my boyfriend's female best friend is crossing the line. I actually love reading these. All right. I need to know if I'm crazy. Here we go. Also, that is a disgustingly good sandwich. Holy shit. This sandwich is a sandwich. This is what the Earl of Sandwich got. And then they invented the sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich got this and was like, this is the shit that I'm going to define my entire identity around. Forget wars. Forget famine. Forget fame. Forget fortune. All I need is this in my life. I need to know if I'm crazy. I've been dating my current boyfriend for 9 months. The whole time I knew his best friend is a woman he's known since he was a baby. They're 2 years apart, and are now in their mid-30s. This is where I need y'all to just trust me. Or else this is going to turn into, they're fucking. OP is so dumb. They have never slept together. Okay, that is true. But like, I feel like if she has worries, then they probably have always wanted to sleep together, or they have, but they didn't tell her. Because I feel like you wouldn't have worries if this was the case, right? I don't know. I can't imagine that this is somebody's own personal hang-up versus like, something about her instinctual self is telling her that something's going on. They have zero plans to. I would hope that they have zero plans to. Because aren't you dating him? They wanted to date a fuck, they would have already. I've been to all of his friends, some of which have also known both of them for years. And everyone agrees that they see each other like siblings. I've never seen anything inappropriate. I've seen the text, how they interact. Why do you see their text? I will say this. If you... Not to say it like you have to... Like you can't see their text. But it is like... I feel like if you see somebody's text, then it's like, okay, it's already a little suspect because it's like, what are you seeing really? Like, or like, why are you seeing this? Because it's like, realistically, it doesn't matter who your partner texts because you won't even see the text of the person who they're cheating on you with, right? They won't even. You walked away, read the latest chat. Read the latest chat message. Yeah, not my streamer. Just don't come and keep edging. I'm not the one who said don't come and keep edging. I'm saying everybody should come. Everybody should come. Okay? They can edge all they want, okay? I'm like the Anton ego meme, okay? I don't goon. I just have sex. Listen, if you have to go through someone's text, right? Then clearly in a normal relationship, I've never seen my wife's text. Like, she shows me some funny things within text, and like we laugh at it. But it's like, if she was cheating on me, right? Like, let's say, she would just cheat on me by texting somebody, and I wouldn't know because she would be hiding the text. Same with like anybody else's partner. So it's like you going through somebody's private sort of conversations where things could be said and that are very, very deep and personal between them and their friend. Okay, genuinely personal stuff. Doesn't really make any sense because you're not gonna find anything anyways. It's the whole reason why it's hidden is because it's hidden. It's not on that first layer. It's on the second layer or the third layer, right? If you to sort of use like the like text security mindset of like there's always like some other thing that it's hiding under, right? In addition to this, he's way out of her league. He's way out of her league. That's crazy to say that because maybe she's too shallow. Maybe she's too shallow and she doesn't realize that personality matters too. She has a big old crush on some guy, let's call him Nate, and has brought it up to my BF a bunch of times. She cries over Nate all the damn time because he doesn't text back and doesn't prioritize hanging out. She might be BF hang out about 3 to 4 times a week after work, and they walk his dog together. She smokes pot in his garage alone because she lives with her parents and they don't allow dogs or weed, and then she goes home. You confused about the pick of the sandwich? So this is girl dinner diaries, okay? You go in, you post your food, and then you post your for the pharaoh plates and the pharaoh thoughts. Post your unhinged meals and your relationship spirals, your late night thoughts, your soft moments, and your messy your soft moments or your messy. What? I feel like that's like an AI writing or something. Like it's like the whole point of this is it's just a space where people post to be. That's an unhinged meal. Some of them can be pretty unhinged. All right, I'll save this one for after. Some of them can be pretty unhinged. Like actually that's pretty good. Holy shit, that's really good. This. I have nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. I would eat this. But this is a little unhinged. I Sorry, I'm also eating my girl dinner. That's why we're doing it. I've never seen somebody eat flat potato chips with a sauce. I've only ever seen it when the brand is Tostitos because those are just tortillas. Okay, these are just chips with sauce in them. There's no, yeah, that's unhinged. Okay, the reason why you eat it, the reason why you eat Tostitos with sauce is because they're just tortillas. And I want you to think about this. Okay, 5 Tostitos chips makes 1 tortilla. Now ask yourself, would you eat more than 3 tortillas? No, you would be like, that's a lot. But some of you eat 30 Tostitos chips in one go. And guess how many that is? That's 6 tortillas. You just eaten double the amount that you said that you would never eat. You would eat 4 max. We get 4 max, but you would eat 60 Tostitos chips. So clearly, the limit is in your head. Mentally, the limit is in your head, and if you simply change your mindset, you could eat a lot more tortillas than you think. You don't eat, so it's your only meal. That's okay. That is true. You don't eat. You actually don't eat. Okay, so let's see. Why she okay? So she smokes pot in the garage. That's why she was complaining because he didn't want to hang out. He said he was tired. Now all he had energy for was a workout, call me, his damn girlfriend, and go to bed. She said she felt pushed aside. He said, "I'm sorry, but we can hang tomorrow." He's had to tell her that he's got at least one day a week where it's just his day and she can't come over. Weekends, Friday to Sunday, are for the girlfriend, which is good. At some point recently, she was talking about her crush and told him that he wasn't allowed to tell anyone about that, not even his GF. Maybe I'm acting crazy, but I don't like that shit. No, that shit is kind of crazy. I don't know. It's like, I don't really know how to explain this. This feels like the best friend is latching onto him and is using him as a replacement, sort of like emotional foil to her life, which is really bad because like he can't be that for her because like they're not together, right? Not to say that like being together is necessarily more than your long-term friendships, right? If you have a friend that you've known your entire life, then obviously they do mean in many ways a lot more. But in a relationship where you commit to somebody, it will eventually become more than any other relationship that you've had, or at least equal to them, because you're going to have to actually, like, because that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to commit to somebody and to like give them that level of closeness, right? It's to give them that level of connection that the role of a relationship needs. And obviously, if you don't want to, there's like different ways to live your life, right? People are gonna, you can just go and have sex all day long. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually in favor of people being honest with themselves and just having sex if they just want to. Like literally, I'm in favor of you being 50, still being single, still going around. There's nothing wrong with that. Because what works for one person doesn't work for another, right? Yeah, one other friend and that's it. It's a woman around her age. Me and my BF have had discussions about this, and he's made plenty of boundaries, including the designated days and times, and also, I always get a 1-hour FaceTime call every night, no matter what. If she's there and tries to run over my time, he tells her she needs to go home. He's always prioritized me. Never asked him to cut him off. He has admitted that she has an unhealthy emotional reliance on him, but doesn't know what to do about it. Okay, so why is she worried about him? Oh, sorry, I misread this. She's worried that his best friend is crossing the line. Also, I would argue that this is true of any best friend or like anybody regardless of gender. Like I feel like once I've had some friendships in the past of like people that I don't talk to anymore, where like it didn't matter what gender they were, but like it became a consistent over reliance on me as their only touch point to life. And I was like, listen, And and back then we didn't say terms like this. So, but I'm gonna use these terms now so that the audience of today will understand. Okay. I used to say things like, "You've got to go touch grass alone." Like I can't be the person to bring you around and help you live your life. You've got to touch grass on your own. This is a Cuban sandwich with homemade lechon. Holy shit! I never heard of a Cuban sandwich in my life. Yo, yo, look at this thing. Holy shit! Forget the story. Look at this shit. Yo, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, you heard lechon? I fucking love lechon. And I love all versions of it too. I love. Actually, I'm pretty sure all the versions are almost the exact same, except for maybe the glaze. But it's like the Chinese version, the Vietnamese version, the Filipino version, the Spanish version. But I forget which parts is which like Spanish speaking places have it. The Portuguese version. It's all good. Really, really good. One of my favorite ones. It's so this the crispy skin, the juicy fat into the delectably wet meat. It's like oh, so good. Oi! Why did you say oi? Why did you say oi? Oh. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, no. Oh, it was good. Oil! 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 Some believe that the sandwich became a lunch staple for workers in both the cigar factories and sugar mills of Cuba. That's crazy. Imagine being a lowly worker in a cigar factory and you get a Cuban sandwich on the daily. And that's like a cheap lunch. Felt like oi. Anybody else feel like doing ori sometimes? I like to change the way that I talk often to sort of match my mood. Like I'll be a pirate one day, maybe I'll be sophisticated, very regal. So other days I'll be very, sort of quiet and shy and demure. Most of the time though, I like to be a crackhead. We ran out of cheese, like good cheese. Or see, that's why. Okay, can I say something? People hate American cheese, like the strips of cheese, right? The long strips of that fake cheese. But like you literally can't run out of that cheese because when you buy a pack, it comes in packs of like 100. You will run out of bread and meat before you ever run out of that cheese. And then by the time you get to the end, you've already got another one because it goes back on sale. It's literally one of the most economical cheeses in the world that still actually tastes really good. It's actually a really nice flavor in and of itself. Isekai to be a Cuban cigar factory worker, but the sandwich doesn't exist, and you invented it and become a hero. You listen. We need you to join a certain channel. Okay, I'm gonna show you which channel. Go here. Okay, on the left side, go down to the apartment buildings, literal apartment buildings. Go inside. Look for the inspiration circle. You belong here. That's a good idea. I'm sorry to say it. That's a good idea. You belong here. I'm gonna copy paste your entire message, including every single thing on Twitch chat. Perfect. You invented and become a hero. I have thought about that concept because it's like, actually, yeah, that would be a really. There's an inspirational circle. Yes, this place has some. Okay, just so people know, don't don't mind this. This is a real game, by the way. Can I just show you this? I have to show you this. Wait, okay. So just so you know what the pregnancy thing is, okay? This is a real game on Steam. It's called Conception Plus Maiden of the 12 Stars. It's a game where you have sex with maidens and you give birth to characters who help you fight. So it's an RPG where you're having sex and you're impregnating people, but it's not an adult game. It's actually a safe for work game. You just have kids. Look at the second trailer. Look at the second trailer. That's the second trailer. The first trailer is pretty normal. So the first trailer is pretty normal. It talks about some fairly normal things. Those are all the waifus that you can get. All of them have different powers. So you impregnate them, and they all have different powers that then belong to your children. So this is the impregnation process, and then boom, that's your baby, and your baby is 15% off coupon. Okay, but then this trailer leaned heavily into the and then it's the way that it cuts into the anime music. But the song is kind of a banger, though. Honestly, it's kind of sick. It's honestly a really good. It's a really good song. Yeah. Oh yeah. See that? Oh fuck yeah. That's a good song. You know what I mean? It's an insane intro. But like, why does it start like this? I can't stop playing it yet. It's actually. It's when the music hits and it gets so much funnier. It's when the music hits and it gets so much funnier because it goes into this really, really cool, almost electro jazz thing. I think I'm pregnant. Holy shit. You will always remember this music whenever someone says they're pregnant. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, it's gonna be stuck in my head where somebody's gonna tell me that they're pregnant, and then all I'm gonna hear is a song. And they're gonna be like, "What are you like? Why are you shaking your head?" No reason. It's pretty fun though. It's pretty weird, TBH. It's pretty weird. Well, the name is Conception. You know what's crazy? It's not the only game. There's a number 2. I've never seen the trailer for this one though. Also, I want you to think about this. The fact that there's a number 2 implies that number 1 was so successful that number 2 had to be made. So number 1 was so successful that number 2 was made to follow the success of it, and it's cheaper than number 1. Number 1 is actually it's $80. So the goal is to be pregnant. No, the goal is to save the world from demons, but using pregnancy. You have children to save the world. Important. What is this? Uni? I think we need a different song, right? I think we need a different song. Wait. I think we need a different song. It fits so well. It fits so well, Jen. It fits so well. Oh shit! You're gonna be thinking about that cat being pregnant now. Yeah, that song, like you can literally play that song after every situation. You can play it after anything, and it would genuinely be funny. It's like I think I have cancer. Duh, duh. Wait, let's try it. Where I think I have cancer. When I go back to my doctor and he inevitably tells me that I have cancer and I'm gonna die in 2 months, I'm gonna make the cancer announcement with that song, and then all of you are going to laugh, and then I'll just start crying. I'll just start crying as the music goes. Like I'll just start crying as the music's playing. Like I'll just be like, ah! It's so much to live for. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I haven't done anything in my life. What is my wife gonna do? I gotta take care of her. And it's like, but then all you hear is this. Oh man, you draw me a PNG avatar like in the intro, please. Please draw me hunched over pregnant. You're fine. I'll send over the concept of the character that I have in mind so that you can know what to draw. I swear to God, I am making a VTuber. It just takes a while, okay? I'm not an artist. Oh, holy shit. Okay, let's just go back to RuneScape music. Everyone, let's just go back to normal RuneScape music, okay? But I want you to think about it, all right? Like, chat, think about all these stories. Think about all these stories. Chat, let me find this story that just matches here, okay? Okay. Imagine this. Let's find a story. 18 days ago, I'm supposed to hear about finding his domestic violence charges. Holy shit. My boyfriend baited me into thinking, breaking my celibacy because life is too short and enjoy sex. One of them is hung and the other one is older and more experienced. I'm gonna indulge and enjoy myself. She's gonna fuck. I need a story that's insane. Huh. Huh. So that's what it's like to get dicked down. Some Mexican something food I got at the grocery store because I was fairly famished after my afternoon delight. Huh. So that's what that's what it's like to get dicked down. The music fits everywhere, chat. The music fits everywhere. Holy fuck. The music fits so well. So that's what it's like to get dicked down. My boyfriend cheated on me, and I'm stuck with him. But stop. But stop. No more explanation than that. Music redeem. We can do it as a music redeem. I need to contact Spike Chunsoft, and I need to let them know that I'm willing to buy this to buy the game 1,000 times for the rights to play that song anytime. Holy shit. Yeah, I actually, wait, sorry. So that's what it's like to get digged down. Well, it finally happened. After a month and a half of my sexting/texting/ other escapades, yeah, I ain't doing nothing for the rest of the day. My legs are going into muscle failure as I stand here typing this. Wait, also, which one did you want to read? So, like, I left a 15-year abusive marriage like 6 months ago. Holy shit. You know what? Honestly, I'm glad that she got digged down. You know? Let me eat my girl dinner. Because life is long. And spending 15 years in an abusive marriage, to never have sex like that, and to basically be mistreated, that sucks. Okay? I would go insane. I think by year 1, I would go insane. So I've been having to keep this little situationship on the down low, because soon-to-be ex is kind of a psycho. So there were some extremely obscene videos sent back and forth. And I left my slightly worn panties for him to find at his work. It was all very discreet. And that kind of made him go feral. However, because of both our situations, no one is cheating. Nothing has ever really happened. Well, now it's kind of, Oh, I guess, like, a divorce does take a long time. But it's like, is it a situationship? Like, I feel like if you started a divorce, like, once you start a divorce, I feel like you're, like, because nobody starts a divorce and starts to leave. I mean, obviously, she's in an abusive relationship, so it's much harder, right? But I think to myself, like, she should free herself from the mindset of, like, oh, we have to keep it on the down low. Like, no, you're free. The moment that you say that you're done, you're free, all right? Because it's a moment when you give the paper over that it's like, no, like, it's done. Like, it's over. Exactly. Like, it's not cheating anymore. Yeah. Like, I'm like, she should just free herself from the mindset. Do whatever you want to do, girly papa. Until today. He came over to my place on his lunch. And damn if it wasn't fucking fantastic. I think he made me come, like, not joking, like 7 times. I lost count. Also, I should really emphasize that he was attentive and nice and considerate and complimentary and wanted to give all the pleasure. Just saying, that is like a complete difference to what I've been used to for over a decade. That's crazy to me. That's... Every time I read a story like this, I'm like, what the fuck are these dudes doing, man? Like, this is your partner. This is somebody that, like, chooses to be with you and chooses to want to be with you because they love you. Like, shouldn't you do the bare minimum to make them feel good in life, you know? Like, just do everything. Listen, I'm not kidding you when I say that I used to often and still do sometimes look up things that I need to learn and, like, do in order to make it more exciting for my wife. And also, like, I always think about, like, okay, well, what does she like from last time? And what can I improve, right? Because, like, that's the whole point. Don't you want to do that for your partner? Because they're with you for your entire life. And I'm like, what? And this is the thing, okay? They're forcing themselves to only be with you, right? Which is not to say, like, I mean, obviously, some people do like monogamy, but still, presumably these people have options, yeah? Because if you want to marry somebody, so presumably somebody else wants to marry them too. So how come that's not happening? Good for me and her. Thank you. Hope it didn't traumatize them, though. What? Like, we were talking and stuff for like 15 minutes after the amazingness was done. He left, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, damn, my hair was a mess. Makeup smeared all over my face, and I only had one eyebrow left. I have to draw them all. Holy shit. You know what that reminds me of? Wait. You know what that reminds me of? This. Reminds me of this. Her description of herself reminds me of this thing from Toy Story. It's this thing from Toy Story when the bully kid from across the aisle like takes off the head of the doll, puts it onto the spider thing. And this is what I imagined that she looked like after she was like missing an eyeball. She's like one eyebrow gone, all her makeup is smeared, like her body is contorted in so many different ways, bones are broken. So as you read this story, imagine her, okay? Like she's like she got tossed and turned upside down like a salad. She was just like everything, like crazy. She did say she can't feel her legs. Maybe they're gone. Maybe he ate them. Eat her out? Why, yes. I love long pork. And then she just eats her legs. Damn, sex so good. Her eyebrow is eaten. Anyway, I hope he wants to do it again next week. Like, I took days off work when we were coordinating for him to come over. It wasn't supposed to happen today. Just a very pleasant surprise. So, I mean, it was slightly awkward at times, but hopefully he had just as good a time as I did. However, he left his shirt on purpose, I imagine, because payback for that whole underwear thing. No, I am not wearing it right now. Okay, yes, I am wearing it right now. Low. You after the vitamin D. You after the vitamin D. Congrats, sis. That looks better than I did. I was inspired by your dicking down. Holy shit, chat. Somebody wrote a poem because of her dicking down. Holy shit. Girl, I've been following the story since the beginning. Damn, he fucked your eyebrow off. He fucked your eyebrow off. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. It's golden time. I don't eat. Mm-hmm. That's some good stuff. See? Now you know why I go and I read these stories. I don't really care if something good happened to you. It should have happened to me instead. Now you know. Crying in dry spells. Crying in a decade-long dry spell? Decade long? After like a month, I feel like something has to change. Not to say that, like, you know, obviously like sex isn't the only thing. But I feel like you gotta do something to like you have to tackle the issue, the underlying issue that's stopping that from happening. You know what I mean? Like, and that's an obligation. Like, that's the thing that you should do. I once dated a guy who intentionally left us something or other, and he admitted it was a thing. The old leave behind, he called it. And trust that he does not give a fuck about how you looked. He was very proud of it. Mm-hmm. Chat, this is why I'm here. Look, and then look this. You have this giant range of things. Broke up over the weekend, but I'm a sane adult woman. Okay? Ooh, adult woman fetish. Ooh, boyfriend cheated on me and I'm stuck with him. Got racially profiled in Walmart today. This one, what the fuck is sold wedding ring for scrap today to buy a new frame and mattress to get dick down next week. Holy shit. Wait, is this the same person? What's up, lol? Oh, chat. That's the follow-up. Holy shit. This happened first. Okay, this happened first. And then she finally left her abusive relationship, right? Look, I took my wedding ring and engagement ring and sold them for scrap day. Because this is more recent than last week. So she got dick down so hard, she changed her entire life. Got me a new nice bed frame off of Marketplace and waiting for my new mattress. Hopefully not off of Marketplace. To dump tomorrow, I move out of temporary housing into a place where I actually signed a lease. Let's go! Yeah, it's because of that other game that we played, I learned that there's actually temporary housing for people who are going through a domestic violence situation. So it's like a place that you can go to that's safe, where they very heavily limit who gets to go inside, and it sort of like gives you a chance to recover and sort of like help your life, and they help you through with all the paperwork and stuff too. Because often in abusive relationship situations, I've read like the various reports where it's like they often will keep your important documents to also like lock you there. So they give you resources to get those back as well, to get the, say, like divorce to get the divorce proceedings to move forward. So good that she got there, and you can actually donate to them. I didn't know that you could donate to them because I didn't know that they existed. But when I found out, it's on my list of things to donate for. Tomorrow, I move out of temporary housing into a place where I actually signed the lease and stuff. I left with basically nothing. But I digress. Like, after this dumbass prior 15 years of a really stupid marriage, I made a decision today. I was accused of screwing everyone on the damn planet. Damn. Shit's wild, the things that I was accused of. Meanwhile, I never looked at anyone sideways the entire time. What a douche. Can't wait to assemble my new bed this week. Have dude from last time come over next week and get dick down again. It's like poetic justice or something. Sold my stupid wedding ring for scrap. Holy shit, that's crazy. You're gonna have a nice bed to get dick down on. Is that twisted? I honestly don't care. First of all, your meal looks delicious. Wait, so what is this? Chicken and broccoli Alfredo. Honestly, that does look kind of good. This is it, Chad. This is it. Right here. I'm so glad that this person was able to escape. I'm so glad that they're finally having sex again. What? My husband accused me of letting 5 dudes run train on me and proceeded to drunkenly berate me over it while he was on an international flight for a work trip. This was like 2 years ago. I know. What the hell? Why? What? Literally never happened. No idea where he got the idea. I was so disgusted. Don't worry, I'm still so disgusted. Working on my way out, but my engagements and wedding rings are moissanite. Or moissanite? What's a moissanite? Oh, it's fake diamonds. Wait, is it fake diamonds? Naturally occurring silica carbides discovered by French chemist. I wish... this is a really cool looking picture, right? But this doesn't tell me anything. And although this... this would look so sick as an... This would look so sick as an album cover, and I now know what to do for an album cover. I know exactly what to do for an album cover. It's a magnification of rocks. With a little bit of a fuzz. So it is a fake diamond. Yeah. Not the fake diamond is bad. Real diamond is made from blood money. So I doubt I'd get a good return. But anyway, he's had a lot of disgusting things to me in the last 3 to 4 years, and I'm completely over it. Yes. Men watch too much porn. It's It go. No! I dropped my pizza bucket. Reminder to check my RAM if my PC keeps on crashing. One of your RAM sticks was bad. Minus 150E. Yeah? I don't have that problem. Because I paid Canadian for my RAM sticks, okay? Therefore, I have 0 E. That means it's a good E. Ah. I love pizza bucket. Holy shit. Wow. Who is E? Robert? What's the name again? What's the fuck? I messed up the joke. What was on the side here? VR chat, K9 Kuro, Vine Sauce. Oh yeah, because my friends were sending me things about my friends. Chat. Sorry. Robert R. Jr. No. Roger Ebert, the guy who like does the movie reviews, who like passed away. ASMR. Who is Robert E. Jr. So what's funny is that if you think that I watch streamers too much, right? I actually don't watch any streamers. I found out that when I started streaming, I found out that my friends watch streamers way more. So they were the ones who introduced me to basically everybody except for Northern Lion. So I'm like, oh shit, like there's a lot of things like, but I don't watch anybody except for like Northern Lion and Matarakan and Fruit and stuff like that. So it's like, then like, I mean, all these other names. I'm like, how long have you guys been watching streams for? And they're like, yeah, forever. I'm like, I didn't know. I no clue. Yeah, sorry. Let's see. Men watch too much porn. It's literally rotting their tiny little brains. It means you were cheating, which of course you're not. Why on earth would any woman cheat like that? That doesn't sound fun. That's a male fantasy. I don't know if it doesn't sound fun. I've actually known people who have like done that because they really found it fun. So I don't really know if it's like that, but I get what she means. Okay, I get the whole point. Is she's trying like she's like venting out. Okay, but I will say this: some people really are actually into having a train run in them. I used to have a friend way back in when I was like before I met my wife. So this was like when I was like 20 years old, I think. And I'd known it since high school. And she was telling me her stories of things that were going on. And then she was like, man, I really want a train run at me. And I was like, what? and, and she's like, yeah, like I dreamt that One Direction ran a train on me. And I was like, what? She was obsessed with One Direction. And she was like, yeah, like it was so hot. Like I was just there. And then Zayn Malik was in my ass. I was like, what? Zayn Malik was in my ass. It's like, what? But ever since then, she had the fantasy of wanting to have like a train ran on her, and then she actually did. And then she was like, "That was the best thing ever. I'm gonna keep doing stuff like that." And then she got really into like multi-group sex, and I was like, "Oh, like, just have 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 fun." But like, why did it start from Zayn Malik? You're making a joke for Robert Downey Jr. Sorry, it's. I don't think the joke landed. Sorry, there's like too many names. Burning down my life. Tried to start over. Didn't last 48 hours. What the fuck is this? It's like the brain of a. It's like brains. It looks really good, but it also looks like brains. It's kind of the plating is unfortunate, but the walnuts are really good with the slices of cheese. Burning down my life. Tried to start over. Didn't last 48 hours. Apologies if this isn't in line with the vibes of the sub semicolon dash semicolon. It's okay, girly. Everyone here is having sex. Is this pick is walnut pesto pasta? Yes, it is a pesto pasta, and you knew that it's a pesto pasta because you're obsessed with the pesto. I also don't know if I'm posting with the right format. I've been dealing with major depressive disorder for 6 years at the point. Aw. At least since my senior year of high school. Graduated high school in 2021. Hope college would somehow make me feel like everyone else. Normal, fulfilled, happy, living a meaningful life filled with rich experiences and tight-knit friendships and relationships. It didn't. It didn't. After 2 years of decline and failure and loneliness, I wasn't even getting out of bed most days. Going to class was out of the question. I had lost all interest or enjoyment in my fields of study, so I was failing all my classes. I'd lost all of my already tenuous friendships and hadn't ever had much of a community to start with. That sucks. And my mind felt like a black pit I had given up on trying to climb out of. I started therapy and campus counseling in a last-ditch effort to fix something. Honestly, just made things worse. I stopped showing up after a few months. I dropped out and, on mentions of self-harm. I moved back home with him. Who? I've been here for the last 2 years, just bumming around doing nothing, playing video games, obsessively scrolling to my phone, mostly, and wishing desperately that I was dead. Honestly, at least alcoholism or partying. I'm lucky. Sorry, I'm no different than I was. I'm lucky, and probably so. My dad has been kind to me, being a complete another brain. For the last month or so, I've been rotating around the idea of forcing myself to try something one last time. I think it was a comment that warmed into my idea. The suggestion to do something drastic to change your life. The thought stuck. I had free will. Oh, fuck. See, this is where all your problems begin, actually. No one ever really realizes this, but like, the moment that you have this thought is the moment that your life starts to go downhill. Okay, this is where your problems start to begin. Okay? You don't have free will. Go with the flow. The moment that you stop going with the flow, it's over. Pesto cool, but you don't know what those giant nuts are doing there. The walnuts are the best part of the entire dish. Pesto is dog shit, and the only redeeming part of this dish is the slices of Parmesan cheese and the walnuts, because the walnuts provide a nice crunchy texture while having a nice flavor profile too. Isn't that too many nuts? For you. For you. For a fella like me, there's never enough walnuts. For a fella like me, that ain't enough nuts at all. Wait, that could be a good furry villain archetype. So it's like furry villain of like a show, and the furry villain is a squirrel. So because squirrels are usually cute, but nobody ever thinks about this. Nobody ever thinks about this. Squirrels kidnap the children of trees. The tree drops their children on the ground and says, "Grow, my little child." The squirrel picks up the child, looks at the tree as the tree says, "No, no, no." And then the squirrel bangs it against the wall, cracks open their child, rips their child in half, and then eats their juicy innards in front of the tree. So squirrels are actually evil creatures, but we believe that they're cute because they have fur and like tiny little hands. Okay? But squirrels are actually evil creatures who eat the babies of trees. And so therefore, the villain squirrel, okay, squirrel furry villain of a show, and then it's like, and then it's like them versus like living plants, and it's like, there's never enough nuts, and they just keep stealing babies to eat. Greetings, traveler. What the fuck? Not my streamer gang. Listen. Also, I see that you came late. I see that you came late. Your pairing in my mind came here first without you. She didn't even say your name. She didn't even bother saying your name. She just said I'm here and he isn't. See? What does that say about you, huh? Pick it up, buddy. Pick it up. Anyways, all I'm saying is squirrels are actually evil, and I don't ever want you to look at them like they're a real creature ever again. Okay? Yeah, all that to say is it's too many nuts for you, but not for a fellow like me. And then that's their tagline, right? So anyways, so now she has free will. So she can book a plane ticket to New York. New York City specifically, because I don't have a driver's license and need a robust transit. Shop around hostels while finding a sublease, apply for jobs in the city, and try to scrounge up something like a life. It sounds so naive and silly typed out. This isn't Friends, you're not Rachel Green. This is AI. This is not even just this, but like even this structure. It sounds so naive and silly typed out. This isn't Friends, you're not Rachel Green. But I felt like this was it was a stupid idea. It was this stupid idea or nothing. So it's like both of these combined. Important. Every time you say it's important, I want you to know it's been dog shit. I've made it better. It's been dog shit. What is it now? Wrong music. This music's shit. Listen to the good music. Conception plus Steam. Listen to the good music. Oh shit. Spoilers for what we're going to do after. That's the good music. That's it. That's the good stuff. Wait, it kind of fits every single frame too. It's like a whole different mood. I think I'm pregnant. Gumbus is not a bird. No, I'm just a cat hater. No! Focus on the girl dinner. Do you want to look like her? Do you want to look like her and do you want to feel like her? Do you want your eyebrow to be on the floor where you can't see it anymore? Then you gotta look at girl dinner. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually good videos, but I don't have time to. I don't know how to say this. Watching shorts on stream is so dog shit because like most shorts are dog shit in the first place. And then also like just the idea of like watching a short on stream, it's like why are you here really? Like what's the point of even being here to watch that? You know what I mean? Like it's like you just watch it yourself. It's 10 seconds. Like just go and watch it yourself. You know what I mean? Not to say like sharing it is bad, but to say that like I would watch it off stream, but not here. Why should we care about the fake AI girl? I literally said we don't have to care about her. And also you don't care because you don't care about these stories because you never had sex. Most of you have never found love. Most of you are single and lonely. And like you live your lives like dog. Most of you don't even have jobs. Okay, you don't even have love in your life. Why? Of course you don't find these stories, and of course you don't find these stories entertaining, because you're not even living your life. You know what the AI found, chat? The AI found free will. Did you find free will? Where's the free will? Free will. I thought it's free will. The AI found free will. Did you find free will? Finally. Hey, you're finally awake. Why is everything here about men? I see that literally every single post on top right now are about men. Where are the rest of our lives? I do agree. Yeah. Women, you need to think about your lives in the context of yourself, not my streamer. People, please use the correct emote. It's right there. The example has the capitalization. AI is freer than me, Satch. You found a 6-month-old chicken nugget. Did you eat it? I actually once found like a really old McDonald's sandwich, and I was like, I really wanted to try to eat it, but my wife stopped me. Because honestly, like I'm like, it could probably still be good. You're using your free will to not use the correct emote. +2. +2. That's how I know that you're the realest person here. Okay? +2. You have redeemed yourself with that one statement, and I want you to be proud of yourself, but I want you to know that you wound me. Yeah, also, please download 7TV if you don't have it. This is what the chat looks like. The chat looks like this. And then maybe this is a good time to move on because we're getting to the point of like timing. Look at this. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Okay, everybody type your favorite emote combos. Mine is oh, whoa. Don't download it, delete it. It's a good bit. Okay, it is kind of a good bit, actually. But this is your chat on 7TV. Riot. Stop rioting. You don't have free will in this place. You don't have free will here, okay? Not my streamer gang. Shut up, Clanker. You know what's funny? There was a chatter in the Discord who was like, what the fuck does this mean? Wait. It was really funny, actually. So in Discord, when Maddock, fellow chatter, was giving like a play-by-play of the VOD of cursed words because they weren't here live, right? They saw the bot say this. Look, what the fuck? And then they posted. Remember how the bot sometimes says this? And I was like, it's a long. And then I was like, it's a long story. It's because of Livy Dunn and Baby Kronk. It's a very long story. That's like. That bot interaction actually freaked out. Moan. We are not gonna moan. There is no moaning. I will have a sip coffee for you because it's time to move on. And it's time for me to download coffee into my brain because we need I need a lot of energy for this bit. We only have about 3 hours, so we'll see how far we can get. But this bit might take a long time. Let's see. They're redeemed. Do you want to play Scriblio? No! Stop asking! I'm busy today! Stop asking about Script. I'm busy! They redeemed the moan, so you better moan. Alright, fine. If we do Scriblio, it has to be fast, though. Okay? 10 minutes. Start the lobby. Start the Scriblio lobby. 10 minutes. Go. Start the lobby. Post the link here. Everybody in... No. Post it in Discord. Post the link in Discord. Everybody who wants to join will join. Okay? If you want to join, you have to be in the Discord. Post it in the inner sanctum. Are you even in the inner sanctum? I don't know. 10 minutes in and out Scriblio. 10 minutes in and out Scriblio. Anyways, while you do that, I'm gonna do my thing now. Okay, chat? There's no time today for us to waste. We only have about 3 hours to get this whole thing done. And I have no clue how long this thing will take. But yeah, go check out Girl Dinner Diaries. And to those who post the Girl Dinner Diaries, you need to start posting about your life away from the men in your life. You're not in the inner sanctum. What did you answer on the quiz? No, you are in the inner sanctum. This is the inner sanctum. Anyways, all of you can go play Scriblio. I'm gonna do my own thing. Get baited. Because today, we're going back to ye olden days, which is sort of why the music is the way it is. Anyways, all your messages about this stuff, I'll read it later. No, it's open weights like thing. People also just make the distinction between open weight models and just the model is open. There's fully open source models and all the data that they use to train the model they also publish. Usually you also can't open data because there's too much and a lot of it's copyright, so most models are open weight. Yes, a fully open model has to release all the training data as well as the training process so that you could repeat the process yourself. You feel like quantization is the kind of thing only someone who has anthropomorphized LLMs could come up with. If an LLM is like a brain, it'd be like putting the brain in a vice. And a model merge would be like slicing a brain up. That's a fascinating... There's a lot of interesting terms and the ways that they disambiguate all these different things within the industry. I'll have to go through and actually look at what these terms mean. But yeah, thanks for giving me that interesting breakdown. Sadly, sort of like a weird time to do it, to be honest with you. However, again, one day we should have like an experts panel stream where we bring in a bunch of experts. You explain your thing. We see how well you explain it based on how many people can answer certain questions, and then we'll go from there. That way, all of you get your chance to shine, right? Then the linguist can sort of explain to us why they trust the AI, and then you can explain to us why we shouldn't, and both of you can duke it out because both of you have the same context as to what they are. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Today's a short stream. I have to go. But it wasn't really worth it to do this. If you ever have the chance to play the prototype, I think it's really only good if you are really interested in Spore and you really, really want to see what the game is, and you're willing to take the time to actually go and run a debugger on it, which I probably will at some point, then I think it'd be worth it. But other than that, I don't really know if you should, because it's sort of like what's really the point, really. But the game works. I mean, the fact that the prototype was there is kind of cool. And you know what? At least we tried it out, and it was interesting to see how things were made. However, never again. I actually, it's nice to do it again, and then to see why, and then to remember why I didn't want to play Spore even back then was because it felt so disappointing in some way. But now I can save space by removing the program. There's a feature, Boxo Barks, and also, sorry, I also forgot to tell you that that is a really, really good name for whatever that, I guess, concept is. I still can't quite tell what exactly is it. It's like a full-on blog. Is it like what's your term for it? Everyone has like a different term for like their repository of writings. It's like, is it a blog? Is it like a publication? Is it like a magazine? I don't know. But whatever you call it, that's a good name because your name is Boxo McFoxo, and so Boxo Barks. It really leans heavily. But I also like it too because it's a bit like a watchdog thing, in the way that like a watchdog would be barking at you to like stay away. It feels like that, and so it's a very, very solid take on the idea. You would guess you would call it an anthology once it's done. What is the difference between all those terms? Actually, I've always wondered. A published collection of poems, other pieces of writing. No. Okay, well, this is just okay. An anthology is a collection of literary works chosen by the person compiling it. Maybe a collection of anything. It's just a collection of anything. So what? Yeah, I guess it would be yeah. I guess like, do you have like an end date for it all, right? And then would it eventually stop? And then you wouldn't ever do it ever again, or like once you, or like is this going to be like a continuous thing? Because I feel like, well, basically, I guess it's like you would only stop once the industry stops being the way that it is. But at the rate that it's going, I guess it would never really stop being the way that it is. And so it's like, I guess you would always keep doing it as like a service to everybody, which would be interesting to see long term. It will be, you think it will be 2026 bounded, but maybe not. Is it because of the things that you want to talk about? Yeah, because it seems like you're talking a lot more on like the fundamentals of the things versus necessarily specific things. However, that first two was about that one article as well as the things about. Also, sorry for your article too. It was funny that you said that like you were surprised at how many people needed more explanation as to believe you when I read it. I was like, wow, you actually nailed it. Like you actually nailed perfectly the little things that it has. But yeah, sorry. Also, I didn't finish. There'll be a feature Boxo Barks about this. Working title is Chris Ola is an asshole. But what about Dario? Honestly, kind of him too. they're all kind of weird. I don't know. There's something weird about all of them. There's something genuinely wrong about every single one of them in the industry. It's very strange how all of them are the way that they are. And again, it's weird how much it's either they've truly bought into their own hype cycles, or they just don't know it. You know what I mean? Or like, or like they know that it's not true, but they're just lying to us. Like either way, it just seems like a really bad time in general. But yeah, curious to see your writing. Thank you for showing up. Dario is an asshole, but it's Oler who brings the pseudoscience. Does he bring the pseudoscience? Is he the one who brings the pseudoscience? Okay, that one sentence alone makes me really want to read what this is, because now I'm very curious to see what you're going to surface from it. Because again, it's also like doing the background research on this stuff. What I've also noticed is that so much of it feels obfuscated in the sense that like you have so many different pieces of information, and so much of it is this like myth making of these people, and so much of it is a glazing of these people, and very little substance of anything. And the things that have substance, they're so buried underneath this mountain of press, basically, that it's impossible to find anything like this. So I'm curious to see what you found, and like how you found these things. Especially, I'm actually also very curious to see like your process for finding information about this stuff, because I've actually had, because I like sometimes I'll read something, and then I'll notice the myth making of the people and the things that they do, but trying to find like the actual truth of the idea, it takes me so long that I'm like, oh god. But it's like but I found it enough to realize that like there's definitely a lot of it is smoke and mirrors, but it's just so hard to do that like in-depth research. He is. He has worked with all of the big three at some point and left the shitty ideas behind at each. See, that's interesting to know. Well, thank you for coming by to give us a preview of your thing. Thank you everyone for showing up. There's nobody on. I don't know. There's like no one to like to rate. Tomorrow we're doing more. Whatchamacallit? State of Decay 2. I know I said we need to finish games like Camelot, but the problem is that I'm actually genuinely addicted to State of Decay 2, and I did fix the mods a little bit, so there's a better mod in place. And I feel like that game is going to capture my attention for a long time. And I know that tomorrow Tamagotchi Life is releasing, but my wife wants to play in the Switch for a bit longer, so I said, that's fine. So we'll do Tamagotchi Life probably next week. He quit university at 18 to be paid by Peter Thiel instead. Okay, that that explains a lot about everything, actually. Yeah, that's... Even in a situation where I used to have nothing, I still wouldn't take that deal. I don't know. I feel like that's... it seems like everybody that's taken that deal has gone down a very, very bad path just because of sort of the ways that it is. The way that it is and the way that that person is and sort of the ideals that they want to enforce on the world. But yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. If you have more information about the stuff that you'd like to share, again, the Discord is a great place. Please do share it. I would love to learn more about this stuff. Okay. Tomorrow, more State of Decay 2. So please think about your storylines. For today, I want you all to think about this. Think about these 3 key things. How you want to live. So what are the goals that you want to have in your playthroughs? How you want to be known as, so sort of the personality that you want to exert inside this virtual world, and how you want to die. I have some of your death wishes, but not all of yours. So the rest of you, give me how you want to die, and all of you also actually four things. Favorite color. Give me your favorite color, so when I add you to the game, I can choose your outfit based on your color. Okay, bye everyone. I had to reinstall Windows, just in case, because I didn't run anything in the VM, and I'm hoping that there was no viruses. But let's see. If you see me posting something on Discord, you'll know it's too late. Bye everyone.